Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. This time we're going a little more nostalgic than usual, grabbing our metaphorical compasses and maybe, I don't know, dusting off a few old maps as we say goodbye to Foursquare City Guide.
Oh, wow. Foursquare City Guide. You're really taking us back.
Right. It really was the app for a while there. I mean, remember checking in at like every coffee shop, battling it out to become the mayor of your favorite, bookstore or whatever? But I guess for anyone who maybe missed out on the whole Foursquare craze
Yeah.
or just needs a little refresher, what exactly were we all like obsessively checking into back in the day?
Well, imagine this. Your phone, right? But it's not just telling you where you are. It's using that location to actually connect you to places. And get this, even people nearby.
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
That was Foursquare. It was all about stumbling upon cool new spots, sharing those discoveries, and yeah, okay, maybe a little friendly competition on the side too. Right. It wasn't just about the check-in itself. It was more about that thrill of the unknown, finding a hidden gem of a restaurant just because someone in your network loved it. But this closure, I mean, it's not exactly out of the blue.
No, not at all. I mean, this has been a long time coming. It actually goes all the way back to 2014.
Oh, wow, 2014.
Yeah, that's when they decided to split the app in two.
Uh-huh.
Remember that? You had Swarm, which was all about the social check-in frenzy, and then City Guide, which focused more on like the exploring, the reviews, the recommendation side of things.
Right, right. So two apps, each with a distinct purpose. Makes sense on paper, I guess, but
But it didn't quite, work out as planned. It really shows you that even with a great idea, execution is key in the tech world. And that actually comes across pretty clearly in Dennis Crowley's farewell post. He's the founder of Foursquare.
yeah, yeah, of course. I actually thought that post was surprisingly personal. You could really feel how much this decision weighed on him. I mean, he even said, and I'm quoting here, "I would be lying if I didn't admit that I have been in a real funk these last few days over this news." It's a pretty raw admission for a tech CEO or whatever.
Yeah, it really makes you think, right? Like even years after stepping away from the day-to-day at Foursquare, this shutdown,
Huh.
it clearly hit him on a personal level.
Oh, absolutely. This wasn't just some product, it was his baby.
Exactly. It really highlights that emotional connection people have with the things they create, especially in a field like tech that's constantly evolving, always moving on to the next big thing.
And it really makes you think about all that data, like all those check-ins, recommendations, those little digital breadcrumbs we were leaving everywhere we went, just gone. Poof.
Yeah, it's like a data graveyard out there.
Yeah.
We don't often stop and think about it, but when a service we've like woven into our lives just disappears, what happens to all that information? Our favorite spots, our movements, our connections, it doesn't just vanish into thin air, right?
Right. I mean, does it end up in some massive digital archive somewhere? Is it sold off? It really makes you question that whole data ownership thing we hear so much about.
No kidding. And this isn't just about Foursquare, really. This is much bigger. Think about it. Our lives are so intertwined with these platforms, and we generate an insane amount of data every single day.
Yeah.
But what happens to all that data? It's not always clear, is it?
Not at all. It's like those terms of service we all blindly click through. They don't exactly paint a clear picture, do they?
Not even a little. It's almost like this weird digital ghost town effect. You can practically like hear the echoes of past check-ins, see those faded badges. But speaking of echoes, did you see some of the reactions to the shutdown online? There's a lot of nostalgia out there. Even Josh Williams, he co-founded Gowalla, Foursquare's old rival. He actually had a really interesting take on it all.
Oh, yeah. What did he have to say?
Well, he was basically saying, and I'm paraphrasing here, that our obsession with efficiency, with making everything faster and easier, it might have cost us some joy along the way.
That's interesting. It makes you wonder, has the internet become too streamlined?
It's a good question. I mean, efficiency has its perks. We can find information instantly, connect with anyone, anywhere. But have we lost something in all the optimization?
That's what I'm wondering. I mean, I remember when I first started using Foursquare, there was this real thrill in discovering a hidden gem, like
Wow.
stumbling on a cool coffee shop or a local band show because of a friend's check-in. You just don't get that same feeling from some generic top 10 list online.
It's totally different. It's the difference between like following a set path and blazing your own trail. There's something to be said for that element of surprise.
Yeah.
Stumbling onto something unexpected and awesome.
100%. It's like we've traded in some of that digital wanderlust for predictability.
It makes you wonder what else we've lost in our quest for a frictionless internet. And maybe even more importantly, what does it say about us? Have we become so accustomed to convenience that we've forgotten how to just explore and discover.
Yeah, it's like we've optimized the spontaneity right out of things, haven't we?
It's true. It's like that saying, right? We shape our tools, and then our tools shape us. And it feels like the internet is shaping us faster than we can keep up.
It really does. But I think these digital farewells, these moments where we have to let go of a piece of the internet that we're used to, they give us a chance to really think about what we're gaining and what we might be losing along the way?
I totally agree. And as much as we might miss checking in on Foursquare, the bigger questions it brought up, data privacy, how our online experiences are changing, all of that, that's not going away. If anything, it's more relevant than ever.
Absolutely. Those are conversations we need to keep having.
We do. And those questions, they're only going to get more complicated as technology keeps evolving.
So true. So I guess even though we're saying so long to Foursquare City Guide, it feels like its legacy and all those bigger conversations it started, they're going to stick with us. They're going to keep shaping how we exist in both the digital and the physical world. You know what I mean?
100%.
Yeah.
And who knows what the next big shift will be, right? What's the next
All right.
Foursquare, what's the next thing we'll all be reminiscing about online in a few years? Whatever it is, we'll be here to unpack it.
We will, but we want to hear from you. What's your favorite Foursquare memory? Was it that awesome hole-in-the-wall restaurant you never would have found otherwise? Or finally becoming the mayor of your go-to coffee shop? Head over to our usual spot and tell us your Foursquare stories. And until next time, happy exploring, everyone.